Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hey, welcome back here, yourliveevent.com, as we're back in Lisbon, North Dakota for our final game of the evening here on day 3 of the 2026 North Dakota State Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament, as this game has Thompson taking on Lisbon. Both of these teams coming by way a little bit of a different route, as it was Lisbon over Edgeley in the first game, or in the second game today. The host Lisbon over Edgeley by a score of 3-2. Then it was Thompson on the first game of the day. They defeated Burlington by a score of 7-2. So both of these teams here in this consolation bracket, the winner stays in the tournament, and they'll face Garrison tomorrow, starting at 1:30 p.m. So Garrison waits the winner of this game, and then tournament will continue on, and the winner between Garrison and game number 12 here. They'll go ahead and they'll take on Grafton into the first championship game, and that'll be approximately 25-30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 13. So as they're getting on here with this Chris Moen Nodak Insurance pregame show, they're already going to go through the starting lineup. So we're going to go ahead and make a quick transition over to the American Crystal Sugar starting lineups, as they will have no infield, outfield, and so going through these American Crystal Sugar starting lineups: Live the Sweet Life, great careers, quality products, grower-owned, crystalsugar.com. As Lisbon is the visiting team on the scoreboard. So Lisbon starting out is pitcher Lincoln Adair, batting leadoff in the lineup. Then we have batting second is Jacob Lyons in center field. Batting third, Cam Cordero at second. Batting fourth and cleanup is Jordan Bittner at shortstop. Batting fifth is Jaden Howard in left field. Batting sixth and catching is Eli Lyons. Batting seventh is your third baseman, Rylan Moss. Batting eighth is the first baseman, Zach Ward. And batting ninth is Grayson Lyons in right field. That's the starting lineup for the visitors on the scoreboard, Lisbon. And then for Thompson, Thompson's starting lineup here at the top of the order, leading off is Eli Gemmel at third. Batting second is Dex Ovdam. Catching. Batting third, Tom Schumacher at shortstop. Batting fourth, Caden Loyland, your designated hitter in the game. Batting fifth is Jeremy Tice in center field. Batting sixth is Mac Michelson in left field. Batting seventh is the pitcher Cooper Larson. Batting eighth is the second baseman Jacob Olson. And batting ninth is Eli Schumacher, the first baseman. And just finishing up there with that American Crystal Sugar starting lineup, as we'll continue on in the Chris Moen pregame show, as the game that just concluded here between Grafton and Garrison, as Grafton defeated Garrison by a score of 13-3. And game started out with Garrison putting a crooked number up on the board right away as they came out firing on all cylinders, but Grafton ended up coming back in that game and just sort of pecking away, and ended up winning that in a 10-run fashion in 6 innings. So they defeated Garrison by a score of 13-3. So Grafton into the championship game tomorrow, and then Garrison will await the winner between Thompson and Lisbon this evening. So they're going to do the American Legion Creed and the national anthem. We'll step away here with this Chris Moen Nodak Insurance pregame show and come back afterward from our sponsor.
Inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Show your Bronco pride everywhere you go with the Bronco Spirit Card from American Bank and Trust in Lisbon, featuring the official Lisbon Bronco mascot logo. The Bronco Spirit Card lets you support Lisbon Public Schools every time you make a purchase. With each swipe of your Bronco Spirit Card, American Bank and Trust donates a percentage back to the school district to help fund projects of their choice. Stop by American Bank and Trust in Lisbon today and ask about the Bronco Spirit Card. Locally owned, community focused, Bronco proud, member FDIC.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com as we continue on with this Chris Bone Nodak Insurance pregame show. Your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County finished up with those American Crystal Sugar starting lineups as this game with no infield, outfield, as this is the second game for each team today. And the final game of the evening here, fourth game of the day at the 2026 North Dakota State Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. As Chase had the call of that game, the semifinal game between Grafton and Garrison. Chase kind of predicted it to be a high-scoring game, and it was just not the way that you thought.
Yeah, Garrison was the benefactor of some errors last night against Thompson and Lisbon, but that kind of came back, and the Achilles heel was the opposite way here, whereas Garrison just had a bevy of errors. And give credit to Grafton. They made him pay. Cam Frazier went 4 for 4. Top of the lineup, drove in 5 runs. Jack Green did enough on the mound for 5 innings of work, and they 10-run ruled them in our first Mercy Rule game of the tournament there, Brent. So congratulations to Grafton. It's still not done, but you know, they got to be beaten twice here between Monday and alongside on Tuesday. Well, for Thompson and Lisbon, we mentioned it. It's going to be a long day for someone here at the ballpark. And now that you're here, why not win one more game and then see where the cards take you, so to speak, tomorrow against Garrison at 1:30 here, Brent? Yeah,
and, you know, Lisbon with that hometown ballpark, the hometown crowd here behind them, as they've won 2 games in this tournament, the host team, and they're going to take on Thompson. Thompson, no stranger to this situation, and the coaches here just looking for a good competitive game and ready for it right here as the first pitch coming. In the pitch, and that'll be a strike to Lincoln Adair, leading things off for Lisbon. So 6:43 with the first pitch. A balmy 87 degrees, winds out of the west at 11 miles per hour. And that ball skips for a ball 1. So Cooper Larson on the mound. He has 113 pitches available today. He had 22 yesterday. And similar for Lincoln Adair, today he had 7 pitches. He has 120 for the day. And that to Adair to the shortstop in the out on the 6-3 put out. So Schumacher over there scooping it up, making it look routine over there. And that's out 1. As here's Jake Lyons coming up to bat.
Yeah, Nate Solis said in our pregame show this morning, asked him about Schumacher. He goes, my opinion, the best shortstop in Legion baseball. And again, just a vacuum over there consistently.
Yes, and that first pitch falls in there for a strike. Good job here. Cooper Larson working ahead of the batters, delivered opening strikes here in these at-bats to both Adair and Jake Lyons. So the 0-1 pitch, 1 out already, and that takes a little bit off that. I thought the way it looked coming out of his hand, I almost thought it was a knuckleball coming out of there. And there's The 1-1. That swung on. Maybe foul tip. Either way, it's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still with 1 out. Here with Jake Lyons at the plate for Lisbon, your number 2 hitter, also playing center field. And that's outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lyons coming up with a dazzling catch out there in the game earlier today against Edgeley, making a nice diving catch, possibly saving a run. And now the 2-2, and that swung on and got him. Swinging for a strikeout there, number 1 for Cooper Larson. That'll bring up Cam Cordero. Cordero, Enbridge Energy Player of the Game versus Edgeley. As Cordero with 9 strikeouts in that game. And the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. So once again, Larson working ahead of the batter right off the bat here. Getting ready for the 0-1. He's working out of the windup. And the big leg kick comes up and strike 2 swinging. Doing a good job varying up the pitches in the speed on some of these. And that one, strike 3, gets him swinging, comes up high. I won't say it was a fastball, but it was a high one, about chest level. And Cam Cordero goes down swinging for strikeout number 2 there for Cooper Larson. As that retires aside for Lisbon, 1-2-3 inning for Cooper Larson with 11 pitches. So we'll go ahead and take a word from our sponsors. We'll come back for more on yourliveevent.com.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, welcome back here, yourliveevent.com. Back here for the bottom half of this first inning as Lincoln Adair will take the mound starting out for Lisbon. Adair seeing limited action on the mound, just nursing a sore shoulder, going through some therapy with it as he does have 113 pitches available. He came in with the save against Edgeley, throwing 7 pitches. So leadoff batter Eli Gimmel, and that goes for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Gimmel. Gimmel, your third baseman here for Thompson. That swung on for strike 1. Goes high on that one. Gimmel takes the nibble there, takes the bite on it. That ball down and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
For someone like Adair, you know, you're super senior, so could possibly be your last game for these guys that are those super seniors.
Yeah, and that swung on, popped up here on first base side behind the announcer's booth in the concession stand. You know, one thing I noticed, Chase, with these foul balls, first couple days we were ducking and weaving a little bit. Now we just kind of take them in stride coming this way.
As long as nothing's on a line, I think we're okay.
Yeah. Pitch to Gimmel, that's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here's the 2-2, Lincoln Adair with a pretty good rhythm here starting out. And the pitch he swung on, that's going to get there. Gapper, and there's Bittner with the glove work off the mark. Throws it wide and just tried to force that one. So an error on the throw, possibly a hit. I mean, that thing was hit hard into the hole. Just came up throwing, overthrows first base. Runner advanced there. Gimmel on second.
Yeah, you get the single, and then you, like you said, Brent, just the air allows him to go to second base on that one. So, you know, it was going to be a tough play for Bittner to even get him out at first base.
Yeah. Did a good job, though. I mean, he kept the ball in the infield. Here's Dex Obdam coming up, the catcher. So runner on second, pressure on already on Adair. That's inside for a ball.
And this is something that Thompson did well in that game against Burlington, right? They put runners on. They forced you to make plays behind the pitcher throughout the course of that game against Burlington.
Yep, this one's hit to left field, and Howard's going to have to let that one drop into the cutoff with Ryland Moss. Goes to the secondary cut. So runners will advance to another base hit. So back-to-back base hits with runners now at the corner. Got to bring up Tom Schumacher.
And Schumacher's got a chance here to really give a nice punch in the arm, so to speak, for Thompson to open up this game.
Yes. And, Lisbon's shown that they, when they're put in the hole a little bit, they are able to answer back. So here's a dare. Runners at the corner, nobody out. And that's in for a ball. So Dare just right now searching for that strike zone consistently. Has the 1-0 coming up here in this first inning, bottom half of the first inning. 2 hits already in the game for Thompson. That's low and away. Ball 2.
Corner infielders playing for the run at home. Middle infielders will gladly try to take 2 if they can, even though Bittner's about, I would say, 2/3 up on his normal position here, Brent, at shortstop.
Playing up, but not all the way up. And the pitch by Dare for the 2-0. That's in their first strike. Comes back at him with a strike. So the 2-1 coming up. Now Dare already at 11 pitches. Wearing the number 11 as well out there is Lincoln Adair. That's the pitch, and that's swung on here. Gets by the third baseman, and that's going to be another base hit. And run will come home with Eli Gemmel. So new update on that DHB scoreboard. And 1 run across for Thompson here in the top half of the first inning as Schumacher delivers an RBI. And runner over at second is Dex Oftem.
Yeah, they've so far 3 times have put the ball in play here and scored a run so far out of it.
3 hits in the game now. 1 run across, nobody out. As that pitch goes high to Caden Loyland, your designated hitter. So here's a dare, comes set, and the pitch that's swung on, fouled back. Third base side of home plate. There for Loyland. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adair still trying to find the strike zone here. Just make it a consistent attempt here as comes set. And the pitch out of the stretch just popped up. Once again, third base side. Foul ball for that Olson Accounting foul ball. With Olson Accounting, if you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and your staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. And there it is inside for another ball. So the 2-2 now. Couple foul balls for Caden Loyland. So battling Adair early. Runners on. This is going to be fouled up back behind third base side. So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
When we talk about the pitch count, that's also starting to mount right now here, Brent, as he's getting close to 20.
And the pitch. Not swung on. This is going to be hit into the gap. Going into left. Oh, Howard makes a great play on it. I thought that was going to get through into left center, but Howard coming over, showing some range, makes a nice catch, gets the ball back in for the first out.
Yeah, really good job by Howard, because off the bat, it did spell trouble.
Yes.
It looked like it was going to be a gapper for sure, and if Howard doesn't get there, 1 run comes in, maybe 2, and instead he get that first big out, maybe a little sigh of a breath, so to speak, here for Adair.
Right, yeah, big out for Lisbon here. As 1 down. Runners on first and second. Right now you have Dex Oftem all down at second. Tom Schumacher at first. The fly out by Loyland brings up Jeremy Tice, number 5 hitter in the order. And the pitch, and that swung on, hard hit ball. There's Bittner again. Bittner's going to go to second. Gets the out there, so 2 outs. And a good play by Bittner. He's able to go into the hole once again. This time he got the out at second.
Yeah, good job by Bittner, able to look at the runner at third to see if he could go there, right? His body's already putting him towards that way, but a nice job by the second baseman in Cordero making sure he was at second base. Sometimes you lull asleep there as a second baseman,
Exactly.
Brent, to get the out.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. The big thing is you just got to continue playing because that runner from third could sneak home on if you're not paying attention.
Like Stuck-a-Luck yesterday.
Yes, exactly. Pulling the Stuck-a-Luck there. All right, this is Mac Michelson up. And the pitch, going to fall in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Lisbon coming up with a couple defensive plays for these 2 outs. Good play in the outfield by Howard. Now Bittner with the play to second. That swung on. This is popped up first base side. Ward's going to have to go back. Ward back, foul territory, and not able to make the catch. So that brings up strike 2.
It's still windy here the day we said it from this morning, Brent. It's been the most in terms of wind conditions that you've had to play from. Not 50-mile-an-hour gusts by any means, but 15, 20-mile-an-hour wind can definitely move the ball a little bit.
Yeah. And, if you're playing in this tournament, you can't complain about that, I guess, until today because it's been a little tricky. So here's Michelson with the 1-2. Oh, and Adair is going to go to second, try to get got the tag on. He's safe. Made a close play out of it, though. And there's some little trickery. High baseball IQ here by Lincoln Adair. So he's going to be in charge on the mound. Here's working out of the windup with the 1-2, the pitch, and that's across the plate. Strikes him out looking. Lincoln Adair with the strikeout, finding the strike zone now. And that'll record the 3rd out. And Lincoln Adair gets himself out of a jam. So up on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Thompson 1, Lisbon 0. Heading into the top half of the 2nd inning, Lisbon will have Jordan Bittner, Jaden Howard, and Eli Lyons up to bat, middle of the order coming up here for Lisbon. Just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
The friendly staff at Lamore Drugstore reminds you from prescription requests and OTC medication. You can find it all at Lamore Drugstore. Download the app to make refilling your prescriptions more convenient. With school just around the corner, stop by Lamore Drugstore to pick up everything you need on your back-to-school list. Located in the center of Lamore in the Bank North Mall. For more information, go to lamoredrugstore.com. That's lamoredrugstore.com or stop in and check them out.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. The dog days of summer are here and harvest has begun. Please stay safe this season. Summer also means heavily discounted shop, seed meter, and planter inspection rates. Cash and early order discounts pair with $50 per row rebate offered on new systems. And don't forget the fantastic interest rates, including 0% for 1 year. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 with any questions or visit planterdoc.com.
Hey, welcome back here, liveevent.com. Back here at Lisbon Fire Department Field, Sandiga Park in Lisbon, North Dakota. And going into the top half of the 2nd inning, our score on the DHB scoreboard is Thompson 1, Lisbon 0. As we're broadcasting to you from this tournament from the Wallach Johnson Insurance broadcast booth. Professional insurance service with a personal touch. Locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, and Rutland. Go online to nd-insure.com. That's nd-insure.com. Wallach Johnson Insurance broadcast booth. And up for Lisbon, middle of the order coming up here with Jordan Bittner, your shortstop. Flashing the glove out there defensively so far as that drops in there for a strike. So quality pitcher out there in Cooper Larson here with 11 pitches in that 1st inning. And Bittner's going to get a hold of this one. A roller to the shortstop. Schumacher over to first. Throws it on a zip line over there and records the out. Gets Bittner out. So the 6-3 over there at first.
Yeah, zip line I think is the right word. I mean, if you were on that zip line, you're holding on. But on that one, you're just taking it for the ride if you're that baseball.
Just enjoy it. Yep. That brings up your number 5 batter and left fielder, Jaden Howard. Howard making a big catch out in left field, recording that first out for Lisbon. So that goes in there for a strike. Yes. That one swung on, going to go down the right or left field line, goes foul, and he got a hold of that one. You straighten that out, it's going right towards the 331 and making it close.
We've had a couple close ones to right. That's the best one to left that we had of maybe an extra base hit off the wall or a home run.
Yep. So 331 down the left field line and at it. And Howard's going to get a hold of it. So he was able to follow that after his Jaden Howard. And Cooper Larson just doing a really good job coming after these batters and working ahead right away. As he's got the 0-2 coming up here with 1 out. As Bittner thrown out at first with the 6-3 and the pitch, and that's going to be swung on, and got a hold of that one as well. Took something off of that one. And Howard had to get out there a little bit in front, foul that one off. So 0-2. Once again, trying to get the pitch count up there. Oh, and that's going to go. He's going to see if he offered, and this is the umpire down there. Looks like Cale Hamry down there on first base. So Chris Larson behind the plate, and Marshall Krieger down third base line for our umpires. Good job here by Howard, having a good at-bat as he fouls that one off. So the 0-2 for about the third or fourth time here between Howard and Cooper Larson. So a good battle going on between these two ball players. Here with Larson working out of the windup. And the pitch, and that swung on here. A hopper down to third base, and that's going to be another out there, as policing that up was Eli Gemmel. So kind of a little chopper down there. He goes, fields it cleanly, gets Howard out for the 5-3 for the second out. And Howard putting in a good battle there. Fouled a number of those pitches off with 2 strikes. Brings up Eli Lyons. Here's Lyons at the plate, and that goes high for ball 1.
Now, left side of the infield been kept busy here in this inning with both Gemmel and Schumacher recording the outs.
All right, Lisbon making contact, just not able to get anything to go through just yet. That pitch, cross for a strike, about waist high, 1 ball, 1 strike, and I think that might be the first batter that Larson has started behind on the 1-0. So now 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here to Eli Lyons. That pitch swung on, back up the middle by Lyons, the base hit. So here's Lyons with the base hit, moves up the line to first. So that is our Chris Moen Nodak Insurance first hit of the game. Chris can't prevent hits, but he can help after life's curveball. Chris Moen, your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. That's your Chris Moen Nodak Insurance first hit of the game here for Lisbon. As Lyons will be at first, that brings up Ryland Moss. So middle part of the order for Lisbon in this tournament has been the run producers for Lisbon. As Moss here falls behind early, 0-1 to Larson. Throw over to first, not in time. Checking Eli Lyons over there. So Larson will step on. Lisbon down by a score of 1-0. 3 hits in the first inning for Thompson. And the pitch, and that's swung on. That's well hit to right field, going back, turning the hips and making the catch for the third out over there. As that was R.J. Anderson, as he put on a textbook show there of how you go ahead and turn the hips, swivel the hips and make the catch, and he did a good job recording that third out over in right field. So Lisbon had 4 up, and with Moss flying out, records the third out, retires the side for Lisbon. So that'll do it for Lisbon, the top half of the second inning. And coming up for Thompson, you'll have the bottom of the order coming up with Cooper Larson, Jacob Olson, and Eli Schumacher just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Head to Lamore Hardware for in-store deals on Milwaukee tools and check out the new M18 Hot Shot Card Jumper Pack. And when you purchase certain Milwaukee M12 tools, receive a 2-amp battery for free. Plus, browse their Sweet Pickins section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lamore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go online to lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com.
Hey, welcome back here, yourliveevent.com, as we're back for the bottom half of the second inning. Yep, here back for the bottom half of the second inning. Here's Lincoln Adair out on the mound as our stolen bases here today. And throughout the tournament, sponsored by S&T Quick Stop in Thompson for Food and Fuel Fast. That's S&T Quick Stop in Thompson, our stolen base sponsors here for the 2026 North Dakota State Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. And that ball by Adair falls a little bit short, bounces off the plate. As up here, the bottom of the order with Cooper Larson. So 1 ball, no strikes to Larson. So that was the 1-0. Now 2 balls and no strikes here to Larson. Larson, first time up, second inning. And that pitch cross inside part for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strikes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Cooper Larson. And the pitch by Adair, that swung on, kind of popped up first base side. Ward's going to go back, makes the two-handed catch, makes the squeeze on the ball, and that'll record the first out. As Cooper Larson with the pop out to the first baseman. That was Zach Ward making the catch. That'll be Jacob Olson now coming up. Number 8 hitter and your second baseman. Here's Jacob Olson. And the pitch swung on, hard hit there. Roller to Bittner over to first and makes the out. Bittner, the shortstop, vacuumed that one up for the 6-3. And kind of settling down there is Lisbon now in this second inning. As that's the second out. Brings up Eli Schumacher. Schumacher, the first baseman. The pitch, left-handed hitter, swung on for strike 1. So strike 1 there as Adair working out of the windup. As the 0-1 with 2 outs, and a swing and a miss, or I should say a swing and a foul ball. Another Olsen accounting foul ball. So 2 of those now for Schumacher. So back to the 0-2 from Adair. That one's high fastball, and he gets him swinging. Goes to the high fast one for Adair, and that'll record the strikeout for Lincoln Adair. As Lincoln Adair now in this game has 2 strikeouts, so he goes the 1-2-3 inning, keeps that pitch count down. Now a 31 for Lincoln Adair. So the 1-2-3 helping him out, helping the team out. As we're going to go here, I should say to the top of the third. So bottom of the second over, going to the top of the third. Up for Lisbon is Zach Ward, Grayson Lyons, then back to the top of the order with Lincoln Adair. So that's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Hey, welcome back here, yourliveevent.com, as we're back at Sandigger Field, LFD Field in Lisbon, North Dakota. As for your in-game update here at Bank North, if you're just joining us, banking should feel personal, and at Bank North it does. They're proud to be local, supporting local teams and communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. That's banknorth.bank. And with your in-game update, Lisbon in the top half of the first inning, not able to get anything going as they would score no runs, no hits. And then Thompson on the bottom half of the first inning, they put together a little bit of a rally as they were able to get 1 run across, and they had 3 base hits there from the top of the order there with Gemmel, Obdam, and Schumacher, and got a run eventually around to score. So they currently lead by a score of 1-0 with those 3 hits. Lisbon coming through with Eli Lyons in the second inning with a hit. Just Lisbon not able to get anything going after that. So currently our score on the DHB scoreboard with this Bank North in-game update is Thompson 1, Lisbon 0. And that's swung on, kind of a little check swing, pops it up. And that's going to be Zach Ward. So Ward pops out. And Larson takes care of Ward. And that's going to bring you number 9 hitter for Lisbon, Grayson Lyons. So Cooper Larson now with 27 pitches, top of the third inning. And this one's moving along pretty good. Here all the way top of the third, swing and a miss by Grayson Lyons. So Larson continuing to work ahead. Yes, throws the strike and a swing and a miss by Grayson Lyons, working out the windup in the pitch. And that's outside part of the plate. Lyons caught looking on that one. Pretty much, or for the most part, the same pitch on Lyons. First one he swings at, this one just held off on it. Now the 0-2 gets a hold of that one, fouls it off. So the 0-2 once again here to Lions there with that Olsen Accounting foul ball. So here's the 0-2 from Cooper Larson. And that bounces in front of the plate. Left side, or excuse me, on the left side as we go with one ball and 2 strikes here to Grayson Lions. That's the pitch. That's going to go high for ball 2. 2-2's the count. 1 out as pop out there by Zach Ward. So here goes the pitch by Larson, and that's outside part of the plate, just outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Lions is going to load up the count. And the 3-2 on the way out of the windup, the kick, and that's swung on and gets him struck out or strikes him out. So struck him out, 3 strikeouts in the game for Cooper Larson as Grayson Lions' number 9 batter goes down by a strikeout.
Not a bad at bat by, I was going to say, Brent by Grace, came back as a number 9 batter, made Larson work a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Had fouled it off a couple times, and that'll bring up Lincoln Adair. Adair, first time up, ground out with the 6-3. And that first one is a strike to Adair. Takes a look at it. So here's Larson to Adair, and the pitch that swung on. Base knock there as it gets through. Going into right center. Coming up making the play there's Jeremy Tice getting it back in. So Adair with 2 outs, a little 2-out single for Lincoln Adair.
I like it, right? You're not going up there looking for the home run. Short, compact, to get something you like, barrel it up through the zone, and if you push it out to right field, that's just fine and dandy.
Yeah, that's a base hit is a base hit. Doesn't have to be pretty. So here's Jake Lyons with 2 outs, has a runner on. That's outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Jake Lyons. Adair over on first. Holding pretty tight over there. Maybe about a 2-step primary, and that's going to be swung on for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last time up, Jake Lyons' first inning, striking out. One of the 3 strikeouts for Cooper Larson. Larson with 38 pitches. There's the pitch, going to go high for another ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jacob Lyons. So here is Larson, steps back on. And there, right around the 2-step lead over there. As he's going to come set out of the stretch. Here's Larson with the pitch swung on, fouled off by Lyons. That ball started tailing towards the inside part of the plate. Lyons just got a piece of it. So 2 balls and 2 strikes there with that Olsen Accounting foul ball by Lyons. So here's the 2-2 runner. On first is Lincoln Adair, 2 outs. And Larson's going to take a look over there. So here is the 2-2 and the pitch that swung on, and this ball is drove into the gap. It's going, carrying it, coming over, making a nice play. It just hung up there. Mac Michelson drifts over and makes a nice play on it there as Lyons got a hold of it, barreled it up. But Michelson drifts over, makes a nice play, records the out. So Lisbon in that inning, they have 4 come up, they score 1 hit, they leave 1 runner on. And coming up now for Thompson in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, as they'll be back to the top of the order with Gimmel, Ovdam, and Schumacher up for Thompson after a word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, hey, welcome back. yourliveevent.com. We're heading now to the bottom half of that 3rd inning as Lisbon with 1 hit and leave 1 runner on, as all of our double plays in this tournament are sponsored by Lamore Hardware. Sponsoring these double plays, Lamore Hardware carries you everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Their sweet picking section, you'll see brand new furniture and decor. Go online to lamorehardware.com. That's at lamorehardware.com. And Lincoln Adair out on the mound for Lisbon. given up 1 run so far and 3 hits. Lisbon with 2 hits in the game, so imagine Thompson here just not able to advance the runner past first right now. Lisbon with 1 error in the game. That's came on an errant throw by shortstop Bittner. And the pitch, and that's going to skip in front of the plate by Adair to Eli Gemmel, back to the top of the order. Here with Gemmel. Gemmel first time up. Scored a run, and also with a base hit for Gemmel already in the game. So Larson finished that inning with 41 pitches. And that goes high for a ball. So 3 balls, no strikes. So the 3-0 coming up. They're trying to find the zone to start the top of the third. And the pitch going to go around the knees for ball 4. So Gemmel draws the walk. Leadoff runner aboard once again, this time in the 3rd inning. And this is where Thompson did their damage, top of the order. 3 back-to-back base hits. And that brings up Dex Ovdom. And the pitch, that's going to go inside. Skips in front of the plate. Good block by Eli Lyons for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Hold them on over there, Zach Ward, holding on Gemmel. And that's going to go across the plate for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dex Ovdom, your catcher.
We saw Dex against Burlington put a bunt up that third base line, and that was when the third baseman was playing back. So you better be ready for anything when he comes up.
Right. So we've had 2 suicide squeeze plays in the game, and Thompson executing one of those. And that's going to go to the second baseman, hustling after it. Here's Cordero, and was able to knock it down. Just lost his footing, went down to the ground, and not able to get the throw over. So another hard hit ball on that. That's another one questionable. He scored as a base hit. So Ovdom's going to advance the runner, put the ball in play with the hard hit. And nobody out. So Adair finds himself, same situation as the first inning, as Gemmel with the walk, now Dex Ovdom with the base hit. This time Thompson working the second base side of the field. This ball hit down the right field line, and it's going to go foul there by Tom Schumacher. So a long strike there with that Olson Accounting foul ball by Tom Schumacher. He got a hold of that one, laced it foul down the right field line. So Schumacher with the base hit and an RBI back in the first inning. And then he was thrown out at second. That ball across the plate for, looks like ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not a bad pitch there, though, by Lincoln. You'll live with missing there for a good portion of the evening.
All right, the 1-1 pitch. Runners on first and second. That doesn't go high for ball 2 to Tom Schumacher. So patience so far here by Thompson at the plate. And Adair with the pitches now at 41. The pitch, that swung on. This one's laced to right field, going towards the gap. Oh, and drifting over. Grayson Lyons makes the catch. Taken up at second is Gemmel. So runners at the corner. They do get the first out.
Yeah, that's almost like a truce in a roundabout way. You're Switzerland there, right? You'll take the out, but Thompson will get that second run 90 feet, get a little bit closer. So it helps both teams out, and now all of a sudden the corner infielders are back to coming on in.
Yep, so the sac fly there by Tom Schumacher brings up Caden Loyland, your designated hitter in the cleanup spot. Left-handed hitter. He has runners at the corner, and he's just going to jog down there, so uncontested or indifferent. So
he was looking for it. That might be the slowest S&T quick stop one there, Brett.
Yep. All right, and that's going to go for a ball. So I think Adair's still trying to figure out what happened there. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Loyland.
Yeah, Ovdom was pretty much baiting him to throw it to second base.
So the 1-1. That's going to catch outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-1 with 1 out. Not swung on. This could be drilled to right field. Lyons loses his footing over his head, so that one goes over his head by Loyland. 1 run comes around, 2 runs coming across, and coming to third, trying to get a triple out of it. The throw, and it's going to be on the dart and get him. They take him out at third. Oh, I think they're saying he dropped it. And he had it, and he lost it. And Coach Stolas right on top of the action, pointing it out before he got punched out over there because it was coming. And Moss, but the relay is the story there. It was on the money, just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, you had the perfect relay, right? 2 runs go up for Thompson here as they take a 3-0 lead now, Brent, on that scoreboard. But one of those things that you just got to complete the catch, like Des Bryant with the Dallas Cowboys against the Packers how many years ago. But here in baseball, you still got to complete that one. You apply the tag, and if it comes off the glove, it's going to go to the runner.
Yep, and that'll put Caden Leyland with the triple over at third base. Here's Jeremy Tice with 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tice. So the 1-1, Adair on the mound, working from the windup, has the runner on third. And looks like corners are in. So Moss playing up, playing the run, going home and 1 here with it. And here's Tice. And he's going to go with a strike there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jeremy Tice. Just looking at it. Kind of hiding outside, wasn't his pitch for Tice. And the pitch by Adair. Got some spin on that one, so the foul tip is caught for the strikeout. So another strikeout for Adair with 3 of them now in the game.
Good job by Eli catching on that foul tip, as he said. A lot of spin on it, even off the bat. That it can be very dangerous to catch or tough to catch.
All right, and that one laced to the right side of the field there, Mac Michelson, and that's going to go out of play. Well out of play over there. Grayson Lyons getting some work in right field. But that one goes fouled there by Mac Michelson, so another long strike. As Michelson last time up with a strikeout. That one drops in there for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michelson. So runner out there is Caden Leyland with that 2 RBI triple. This one's going to be hit to center field. Drifting over is Jake Lyons. Makes the catch for Lyons. And that'll do it for the side there as Mac Michelson will fly out to Jake Lyons center field. But up on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, we do have a new score update as it is Thompson 3, Lisbon 0 there at the completion of the 3rd inning. And Lincoln Adair with 53 pitches now in the game. Coming up for Lisbon in the top half of the 4th, you got your 3, 4, and 5. Middle of the order coming up with Cordero, Bittner, and Howard. That's just ahead on yourlevevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Hit your finances right out of the park with Olson Accounting in Lisbon. Whether you're a farmer, small business owner, or individual taxpayer, Olson Accounting delivers professional financial services you can count on. Olson Accounting wishes the best to all teams in the State B Legion Tournament. Don't strike out with your finances. Step up to the plate with Olson Accounting, located at 210 Main Street in Lisbon, or call 701-683-2700.
Welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. As we're back, your top half of the 4th inning is up on the DHB scoreboard. Thompson with 3 runs as they score 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Now up by a score of 3-0. And now with 5 hits in the game. Lisbon with 2. Middle of the order here with Cam Cordero. And Larson continues to pound the zone there. He works ahead of this batter, Cam Cordero. Cordero last time up with a strikeout, or struck him out here, did Larson. That ball well hit here to center towards the gap. And drifting over, Jeremy Tice going to make the catch in center field.
You and I were kind of joking off air when the balls get hit to center field. They sound good.
Yeah.
That's like the Bay Area at San Francisco at PNC Park. It just dies. It's like hanging up there. It's like, that's just a can of corn.
You know, where balls go to die is right there in that spot, at least in this game. Here's Jordan Bittner up. Bittner last time ground out. Thrown out at first, 6-3 put out as that first pitch to Bittner is a ball. And the pitch, the 1-0. Catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So here's the 1-1. Cooper Larson working out of the windup and the pitch and goes, skips in front of the plate. Ball 1, or excuse me, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Bittner. So not a bad waste there by Larson. See how he comes back here with the 2-1 to Bittner with 1 out. And the pitch, and that's underway. It's popped up behind home plate, well out of play for the Olson Accounting foul ball. Now with 2 strikes, 2-2 coming up. So here's Bittner in the box. The pitch by Larson. This one swung on. This one's going to center field. Going back as Tice makes the catch once again. So Lisbon barreling it up, just not able to find a spot on the field and let it fall as Jeremy Tice drifts over, makes the out on the long out there to center field.
Yeah, for Cordero and Bittner, like you said, you couldn't ask to have 2 better swings. Just you couldn't pull it down the line or try to get it too much in the gap there for Tice.
And that'll bring up Jaden Howard. And that goes outside for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. As Larson with the 1-0 pitch coming up. He has 2 outs on Lisbon. And the pitch that swung on here through the hole. Left side of the field and a base hit for Jaden Howard. So the 2-out single by Howard. And Thompson will give that up any day here with 2 outs. As Lisbon just hasn't been able to get anything going, as not able to get a runner past second or to second. They do have 3 hits in the game now. So here's Eli Lyons up. Eli Lyons last time up with a single. That's fouled off for an Olson Accounting foul ball. Almost hit his teammate over there, Rylan Moss.
He did ricochet his teammate just a little bit. I'd hump before it hit him, so it took a little off.
All right, here comes the 0-1, 2 outs. Over there, Jaden Howard on first. Falls across for a strike. Low across the plate on the outside part. So here comes the 0-2. So the 0-2 pitch coming up to Lyons from Cooper Larson. Larson with 52 pitches in the game. The pitch, that's going to go outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Eli Lyons. And Howard over at first. Kind of holding tight. No, now he's going to step on over there as Larson. Maybe about a 2-step, step and a half lead there. Holding tight, pretty tight over there is Howard. And the 1-2 pitch that swung on, fouled off here. Olson County foul ball. It's off the end of the bat. So the 1-2 coming up again. Here's Lyons battling Cooper Larson. Pitchers count here with the 1-2, 2 outs. Howard takes a stutter step. That's going to be down to the third baseman there as Gremmel over, and he's going to overthrow it. And Lyons trips going over first, but that'll advance Howard to third. And Eli he was looking where the ball landed and just didn't see first base, trips over it. So an error on the throw. So the E5, Lyons will reach first. So runners at the corner now for Lisbon, and that'll bring up Rylan Moss.
Grade A chance right now for Lisbon to try to cash in and take advantage of an extra out here, Brent. Haven't had a ton of chances, so to speak, against Larson with multiple guys on in an inning.
Yeah, a couple well-hit balls, but now they're threatening here with runners at the corner. That goes across for a strike, so Larson going right at Rylan Moss. Seems to be unfazed right now with the 0-1 pitch coming up. Runners at the corners with Lyons and Howard. Howard over at third. Takes a look at Lyons. And here's the 0-1, the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Also, decks behind the plate is someone you don't necessarily want to run on.
No,
exactly. You better have it taken off on the pitcher if you're going to get to second base.
Yeah. First base coach better be over there stopwatch time and how long it takes him to deliver. And that's going to go high ball for a ball. So ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. So here's the 2-1 to Rylan Moss. Moss last time up flew out to right field. That was back in the second inning. This pitch is going to skip just behind home plate, so a little low coming in. So 3-1's the count to Rylan Moss. Moss, good plate discipline. Yeah, it's the middle of the order here with runners at the corner. Rylan Moss with the 3-1. Cooper Larson comes set, working out of the stretch. The pitch, and that's going to go across outside part of the plate. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here, bringing the full count. Now 60 pitches out there for Cooper Larson. So pitch count continuing to rise. Nothing to really worry about yet for Thompson. And that's the pitch. That's going to go outside, walks him. So Rylan Moss with the walk. And that's going to load up the bases. And we got 2 outs, so contact runners will go. And looks like we got time, so maybe a runner coming in. So that'll be Irvin Elijah coming in. So Elijah coming in for Lisbon. Out for Eli Lyons. Courtesy running there with Elijah for Lions. And here's Rylan Moss on first. Jaden Howard on third. And then Zach Ward up to bat. As I mentioned, bases loaded, 2 outs. Runners going on contact here. And here's Ward looking to do some damage. Lisbon down by 3. There it is, and that ball hit down the left field line, drifting over is Mac Michelson, and he makes the grab. And that was a well-hit ball. Just couldn't straighten it out there for Zach Ward. And Mac Michelson does a bang-up job, chases that one down, gets his pitcher out of a jam. And that'll be out number 3 with the fly out to left field. And that'll do it for Lisbon. Shuts down Lisbon here in the top half of the 4th inning. And Cooper Larson now with 62 pitches in the game. Up coming for Thompson in the bottom half of the 4th. You have the bottom of the order with Cooper Larson, Jacob Olson, and Eli Schumacher just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Certainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com back here at LFD Field, Sandiger Park in Lisbon, North Dakota for the 2026 American Legion Class B State Tournament. Here with your Hunter Insurance Bracket Breakdown. Hunter Insurance Agency is dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com. That's hunterinsuranceagency.com. As earlier in the day, it was Grafton defeating Garrison in our semifinal game. So Grafton into the first championship game. And Grafton will await the results of this consolation game between Thompson and Lisbon, as Thompson earlier in the day, the first game of the day, they defeated Burlington by a score of 7-2, and this ball hit to right field. That's going to drop for a base hit over there for Cooper Larson, so he's helping himself out, and that one drops into right field, kind of just down the line, long haul there for Lions, and that's a base hit for Cooper Larson. Leading things off, leadoff runner or leadoff hitter, but board once again here in the 4th inning for Thompson. And then looking at that bracket, so Thompson defeated Burlington by a score of 7-2. Lisbon in that second game defeated Edgeley by a score of 3-2, and that's both teams here now contesting it as Thompson and Lisbon. Right now, Thompson leads Lisbon by a score of 3-0. They're up to bat in the bottom half of the 4th inning there with our Hunter Insurance Bracket Breakdown.
Krogstad into courtesy run at first base here for Thompson.
Okay. So Krogstad in the courtesy run. And now we have Jacob Olson up to bat. So Adair checks the runner over at first. He's shaking out the dirt there, sliding back is Krogstad. And here's Jacob Olson. Down on the count, 0-1 count. Here to Olson. The pitch, this one swung on, lifts it to center field. Lyons is going to drift over, and he catches that, gets the ball back in, so the runner has to retreat back to first base. And there's Jake Lyons recording the first out with the fly out there by Jacob Olson.
Center field is like a black hole in this game. I mean, there's been a lot of really barreled up good swings. It's just the center fielder's got a lot of little speed on it, and then it just hangs up there and just kind of dies.
Yes, it does. And now it brings up your number 9 batter, Eli Schumacher. Schumacher shows bunt. Adair's going to charge, knows what he wants to do with it. Makes a throw to first for the out. There's 2 down. So Adair, off the fielder's choice over to first, gets Schumacher, but that does advance Larson to second, and they're back to the top of the order. So a little strategy here for Thompson. Coach Solis says he's back to the top of the order here with Eli Gemmel. Gemmel won the game. Base hit in the first inning, walk in the third. As they have a runner in scoring position. This is going to go high and inside for ball 1 on Gemmel. Here's Adair with 59 pitches. So he did have a 1-2-3 inning back in the second. And this one swung on for strike 1. So there it is. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Runner over on second is Krogstad in pinch running for Larson. He's going to go back there with the inside move and doesn't throw it. So here's Gemmel with the 1-1 and Adair working out of the stretch. And Adair with the pitch is going to skip that in front of first place. And Adair kind of taking a couple different looks at Gemmel, maybe a little bit distracted now with 2 balls and 1 strike. And now he comes set out of the stretch. The pitch across the outside part and not able to catch it. So 3 balls, 1 strike. So the 3-1 coming to Eli Gemmel, runner over on second with Krogstad. 2 outs and the pitch, and that's going to hit outside for ball 4. He walks him. So the walk given up by Lincoln Adair brings up Dex Ovdam. So runners now at first and second with 2 outs. So, Krogstad over at second. Now Eli Gemmel with the walk at first. He has 2 walks in the game and a base hit now for Gemmel. Brings up Dex Ovdam. Ovdam with 2 base hits in the game. Open out the cause. And also a run scored. And here's Adair coming set. He's looking at the runner. And that's going to be well hit here to the right side of the field. But it hangs up in the air, allowing Grayson Lyons to drift over. Makes the catch. Oh. Yes, he does make the catch in fair territory. So Grayson Lyons doing a good job. Covered a lot of ground over there. The ball hung up long enough for him to go over. Records the 3rd out there on the fly out to right field. So that retires a side for Thompson. And going into the top of the 5th inning, as Lisbon coming up will be the number 9 batter, Grayson Lyons, followed by the top of the order with Adair and Jake Lyons. So that's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com as we're back here in Lisbon, North Dakota, down at LFD Field. Sandiger Park is heading into the top of the 5th inning for Lisbon. Due up at the plate, you got Grayson Lyons on deck, Lincoln Adair, followed by Jake Lyons. So bottom of the order back to the top for Lisbon as Cooper Larson continues to pitch and hold Lisbon scoreless. Lisbon in the game with 3 hits, but Thompson leads up on the DHB scoreboard by a score of 3-0. That first pitch for a ball to Lyons. So the 1-0 pitch, and that swung on. 1 ball, 1 strike, foul tip. So the 1-1 here for Larson. Identical pitch counts right now at 64 for both pitchers. That one swung on, pops it up over to the third base side. Drifting underneath there is Gemmel, makes the catch. Records the first out as Eli Lyons will pop out.
Last inning, Brent, I was going to say it, but it still is the same with a 3-0 game. You know, if Lisbon scores the next run, it's kind of teetering, right? You can reel Thompson back in by a run or two. If Thompson scores the next run, is that too much for, you know, Lisbon to climb out of, especially as you said, you know, you're just kind of chasing outs at this standpoint for both teams where Lisbon, not the outs that you want to get in Thompson, you're one step closer every half inning here, you know, getting to that top 3 game tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, every inning you got fewer and fewer outs to make something happen, and you're not going to get many opportunities against Thompson. And that's the pitch, skips it outside here to Lincoln Adair. So the 2-0 coming to Adair. Adair last time up with a base hit. First inning ground out. There's the pitch, swung on. Up over the top, a little bit early. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Adair. Wide stance by Adair. That's pitch swung on down to the third base. Gemmel. Gemmel's got it. Going to throw over to first on the mark and records the out and retires Adair for the second out of the inning. Now Jake Lyons coming up. Jake Lyons struck out and a ground out for Lyons. So Lisbon with 2 down here with Jake Lyons, your center fielder. And here is the pitch. Going to hit the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Larson working ahead on Jake Lyons. Now with 70 pitches in the game. And there it is, out of the windup, the pitch. And he's going to be swung on, going to third base side once again. Gemmel getting a workout. Throw over to first in time for the out. And 1-2-3 inning for Cooper Larson. Yeah, retires the side of Lisbon here at the top of the order. And that'll do it. Top half of the 5th inning for Lisbon. Lisbon now with just 6 outs remaining here to make something happen. Coming up in the bottom half of the 5th for Thompson, they'll have Tom Schumacher, Caden Loyland, and Jeremy Tice due up. That's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. Up on the DHB scoreboard, it is Thompson 3, Lisbon 0 as we continue to broadcast from that Wallach Johnson Insurance broadcast booth with professional insurance services with a personal touch. Locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, and Rutland. Go online to nd-insured.com. That's Wallach Johnson Insurance sponsoring the broadcast booth at the 2026 North Dakota State Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. And that is a mouthful. Yeah, it's Lincoln Adair still on the mound for Lisbon. Adair with 64 pitches, and he's going up against Tom Schumacher. And that one swung on, popped up first base side, and then that's going to go out. So the Olson Accounting foul ball. Start things out with Tom Schumacher and Lincoln Adair. So the 0-1 coming up. And the pitch. Takes something off, it falls in, strike 2.
That was literally a breaking ball. That was off speed at its finest.
I'm telling you. And there comes the 0-2 to Schumacher, and that's going to go. Gets him swinging, but drop there. Lyons takes his time, throws down to first. Oh, and gets, and taking him out, and he is out there. Yeah, Schumacher, with the flying knee coming across, inadvertent in what it was, but Ward dropped the ball. He went down to the field. And then Schumacher's was coming across first base, and Ward did hang on to the ball, records the out.
I think Nate Solis is going to ask, for the first baseman that was coming across here in Ward, where was Schumacher supposed to go if he's like trying to block the base?
Right.
Now, you're not supposed to collide with someone unless you can inadvertently. Ward did his best to catch it, He stopped it like a goalie, then picked it up as Schumacher was coming. So it is a discretion to Cale Hamry at first base, saying, was there enough room to allow? It's not like home base where you have to kind of give a catching lane. But also, this comes into the effect of why you see sometimes having two bases at first base, right, to try to avoid a situation like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, so looks like they're going to stick with the call over there. So discussion over.
Well, that was their first barrel roll or
Yeah,
collision, if you want to say, of the tournament here.
Yeah, so far, nothing wrong with that. We don't like to see that. As now that brings up Caden Loyland. So it does record the strikeout, and then here comes Jake Lyons is coming in, and that one's going to drop. So the ball did die in center field and dies for a base hit for Caden Loyland.
Yeah, it's like you got to hit it just right. You can't hit it hard off the bat. You have to hit it slowly off the bat. Then it even dies is even better yet. It doesn't get all the way out to 250 to 300 out in center field.
Yeah. You hit it in the sweet spot, it's going to hang up there, and it's going to get caught. As that goes, skips in front of the plate. Lions doing a good job blocking that. So one out here to Jeremy Tice, and 1-ball, 1-0. Center fielder for Thompson, and that's the pitch, and that's going to go high. Adair goes high, trying to get Tice to take, and he holds off now. The 2-0 with one out. Adair pitch count up to 70, and that's the pitch. He swung on hard hit. Oh, Bittner makes the catch and not able to get the out, but good thinking there by Bittner. The hard shot by Tice records the second out. So making it look kind of routine there was Bittner, but man, that was a shot.
Tice, you're going to go, what do I got to do to get a base hit? And then Bittner, like you said, had the wherewithal to make the catch and then quickly get it back over to have a chance at the double play.
Yeah, made a great throw over there as well by Bittner. And that's going to go outside. Ball one against Mac Michelson. Michelson last time up, fly out to center field. Struck out in the first inning. So here comes the 1-0. Not swung on. This one's hit into the gap, but Lyons drifts over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So 4 up and 1 runner left on base. That was Caden Loyland for Thompson, and that retires the side. As we're going to go to the top of the 6th inning and due up for Lisbon. Middle of the order once again with Cam Cordero, Jordan Bittner, and Jaden Howard. Just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Emery Visto's Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Visto's Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Hey, welcome back. yourliveevent.com back here for the top half of the 6th inning as Lisbon with the middle of the order coming up, and they're still down on the DHB scoreboard by a score of 3-0. So the 3-0 lead here for Thompson. Going to the top half of the 6th inning, middle of the order coming up for Lisbon with Cordero, Bittner, and Howard. Cordero up at the plate, Bittner on deck for Lisbon. Cordero last time up, flew out to center field, and this one off the end of the bat. Hard for the Cooper Larson, and he's not able to barehand it. He went to barehand it, and they're going to give him an error. So instead of putting the glove on it, Larson went over to barehand it, and that'll put Cordero on base with a little speed. So give him the error on the pitcher, the E1. And Cordero's aboard. Leadoff runner's aboard for the leadoff batter is aboard. With Jordan Bittner coming up. So here's Bittner as he ground out in the second, flew out to center in the fourth, and that first pitch is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. So the 1-0 pitch coming up from Cooper Larson. Larson with 73 pitches now in this game. He had 113 when he started. That ball hit into Gemmel. Gemmel's going to see if he can turn the double play over and gets it. And that'll be a double play over there. So our Lamore Hardware double play. And Thompson coming out there with the Lamore Hardware double play. Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Their sweet picking section, you'll see brand new furniture and decor. Go online to lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com.
That's our first 5-4-3.
That's it.
And that could also be your play of the game, potentially, Brent.
Yeah. Made it look easy on that. Real smooth there. And this is Jaden Howard now with 2 outs. As Lisbon had a base runner. Bittner hits into the double play. So now with 2 outs, here's to Howard. That skips outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jaden Howard. Howard last time up with a base hit. Back in the 2nd inning, it was a ground out to 3rd. And Gemmel out there has been a vacuum. And this gets under the glove, so Howard with the base hit once again under the glove of Schumacher. So back-to-back singles there now for Jaden Howard. Back in the 4th, now in the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Eli Lyons. Lyons with the base hit in the game, also reaching on an error back in the 4th inning. So 2 outs. Base runner here, Jaden Howard. The pitch outside, ball 1.
It seems like for Lisbon, too, Brent, their best chances have been with 2 outs today against Larson on the mound. For whatever reason, that's when they've been able to maybe get a walk and a single, in consecutive order.
Yes, and, not a lot of strikeouts. They've made contact, just not able to put anything together consecutively to get that run across. So that pitch now, 2 balls, no strikes here to Eli Lyons. The 2-0 coming up from Larson. Here's Lyons, see if he finds something he likes. That's high for a ball. Ball 3. 3-0 coming up. Lyons taken out, more than likely taken all the way with Howard over at first base. So here's Larson, comes set out of the stretch, the pitch, and that's across the plate for a strike. So give him now the 3-1 count with 81 pitches. Here for Cooper Larson in the game. And Lyons swings, and he's going to pop this up third base side. Racing over is Eli Schumacher. Makes the grab over the shoulder. Making that one almost routine there. Great play, great grab by Eli Schumacher, retiring Eli Lyons in the side for Lisbon. So Lisbon is going to strand 1 off of a base hit, and that'll retire the side. And a good catch there by Eli Schumacher. So that'll come up here, bottom half of the 6th inning for Thompson. It'll be Cooper Larson, Jacob Olson, and Eli Schumacher. Bottom half of the order coming up just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Lamore Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Head to Lamore Hardware for in-store deals on Milwaukee tools and check out the new M18 Hot Shot Card Jumper Pack. And when you purchase certain Milwaukee M12 tools, receive a 2-amp battery for free. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. Lamore Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information, go online to lamorehardware.com. That's lamorehardware.com. Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore has job openings for the following positions: RN, LPN, CNA, and Activities Assistant. To apply or receive more information, scan the QR code now on screen or call 701-883-5363. That's 701-883-5363 for job opportunities at Benedictine Living Community in Lemoore.
Hey, welcome back. yourliveevent.com. Our scoreboard update there, the DHB scoreboard update is Thompson 3, Lisbon 0. We're heading into the bottom half of that 6th inning as bottom of the order coming up. And that'll be Cooper Larson, Jake Olson, and Eli Schumacher. Cooper Larson, last time up with a base hit. He's going to hit another base knock. Takes this one first pitch by Adair to left field. So Cooper Larson with 2 base hits in the game, wasting no time. Then a runner coming in. So that'll be Jack Krogstad coming in, or Krogstad. So Krogstad in once again as a courtesy runner. So Krogstad here on first. Nobody out. Adair throws over, sliding back in is Krogstad, and he's safe. The sign offered over there by our first base umpire, Cale Hamry, as now Jacob Olson up in the 0, and that's going to skip on the plate. And Krogstad takes off, gets away from Lyons to the first base side.
That's a tough one. You know, you kind of get that one inside the turf, just going to keep it close enough towards home plate to not allow Krogstad to get off into second base.
Yep, so I guess we call that a wild pitch. It wasn't too wild, but it does get away. As here's Jake Olson with the 1-0. Adair's going to step off. Didn't really like the lead, I think, over in Krogstad, so wants to push him back. He steps off the mound, now back on, working out of the stretch. In the pitch, and that's high for a ball. So 2 balls, no strikes. So the 2-0 coming up here to Jacob Olson. Krogstad advancing from first on the wild pitch by Adair. And that one swung on, going to lift it to left field. Howard drifting back. He's going to get the ball in. Throws it right to second. Cordero makes the grab just off the mark a little bit. So that is a fly out by Jacob Olson to left field. The F7 pushes Larson back to the second base. You have Eli Schumacher coming up. Schumacher, last time up, get into a fielder's choice, making it down to first, and then back in the second inning with a strikeout. And the pitch by Adair gets away from Lyons, just bounces at his feet, picks it back up, throws it back out for the ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So here is the 1-0, and that's high. Oh, no, catches his own. Okay, we'll take that. So 1 ball, 1 strike, says Lincoln Adair. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 1-1 with 79 pitches here for Lincoln Adair. Looks back Krogstad. That swung on to right field, base hit. And that runner here, Krogstad, he's going to come around. He's held up, and he slides past third. As Coach Zolas put on the brakes, or told him to put on the brakes, and he did just that.
That was a slip and slide, right? Because he was trying to come around and hit that inside base, and all of a sudden it's like 2 feet are hitting the base, and, you know, the rug's getting pulled out right there. Everyone looks to be okay.
Yeah, so a nice base hit over there by Eli Schumacher with the base knock. Advances the runner around to third. So runner's at the corner now. Back to the top of the order with Eli Gemmel with 1 out. Gemmel with a couple walks in the game and a base hit. And Lyons going to walk back. Krogstad back to third here with runners at the corner. So here in the top half of the 6th inning with 1 out, Thompson looking to add another one on here. Yes, there it is. That's the bunt, pops it up, and that thing's going to die. Oh, right on the line. And Adair tried to play and hope it goes foul, and just landed on the line, wouldn't roll anymore and settled in.
That's a tough one, right? Because Lincoln, there's nothing you can really do. You're hoping that it does go foul because it was that good of a bunt.
Yes,
and you're talking about not even inches. You're talking about centimeters and millimeters on that one to make it now 4-0 in favor of Thompson.
That was just a great play overall. I can't ask for much more than that. There is that ball dying right on the line for fair and scores the run.
I was going to say, that's how you dent in a ball if you're Gemmel. That was textbook.
Yeah. All right, here's Dex Ovdom. Swing and a miss by Ovdom. So strike 1 on Ovdom. Coming in high with that was Lincoln Adair. Ovdom took the bait and fouls that one off. So Schumacher down to second. Gemmel's at first. Here with 1 out. That swung on. Bittner gets, went for the tag. Not able to throw to first, so he had him right in front of him. And that being Eli Schumacher. And Schumacher did a good job getting back to base.
And Dex barreled another one. He just missed a home run last time. This time misses a potential RBI. But Bittner's had a couple of chances at a twin killing over there on line drive plays.
Right. So the liner to the shortstop here is Adair with Tom Schumacher up. So that falls in for a ball. The 1-0 to Tom Schumacher with 2 outs. Runners on the bases, and that's a well-hit ball off the pitcher's mound. There's Bittner, picks it up into his glove, recovers, and steps on the base for the third out. So the side retired there off the grounder. Then solo out there by Jordan Bittner, recording the third out, retiring the side for Thompson. But there is one more run across there as up on the DH Boys scoreboard. Thompson leads by a score of 4-0. Coming up here for Lisbon in the bottom half of the top half of the seventh inning, you got Rylan Moss, Zach Ward, and Grayson Lyons. So Lisbon here down to the last three outs. As we'll go ahead, we'll step away, come back for more on yourliveevent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Welcome back here, LiveEvent.com. As we're back here, top half of the seventh inning, Lisbon down to the last three outs. Bottoming the order coming up for Lisbon, Rylan Moss, Zach Ward, Grayson Lyons. Here's Moss. So Moss in this game, drawing a walk back in the fourth and flew out to right field back in the second inning. So 0 for 1 on the day, swinging and a miss for strike one there as Cooper Larson pitching a nice game here as he has 83 pitches in this game. And also helping out his own cause with a couple of base hits for Cooper Larson in this game. And that goes across outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike there to Rylan Moss from Cooper Larson. So the 1-1 pitch coming up, nobody out. Lead off batter here in this inning is Rylan Moss. That's going to go low and away for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike coming up. DHB scoreboard. Thompson leads by a score of 4-0. And here's Larson out of the windup. That swung on, popped up first base side. And over there, Schumacher has a beat on it, makes the catch in the out. So Eli Schumacher with the glove work again, making a great play back in the 6th inning with the over-the-shoulder catch. Yeah, and that'll be the first out of this inning. Lisbon now down to 2 outs here with Zach Ward, Grayson Lyons. So here's Ward stepping in. Ward last time with that sharp hit down the left field side of the field. And that went for an out, so he flew out to left field. So this one is a strike swinging there for Zach Ward. So the 0-1 coming up from Larson. Goes across outside part of the plate. Strike 2. 0-2 count coming up on Zach Ward. Lisbon trying to find a base runner and get something going there. There's 1 out. Larson with 88 pitches. And here it is with the windup and the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2. As Ward steps back in the box. There's Cooper Larson out of the windup. Takes the sign with the pitch, and that'll go outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Zach Ward. So Ward working the count, trying to find something that he likes to hit once again. Took a big cut the first time. So the 2-2 coming up. 10 hits in the game for Thompson. Lisbon with 4. Thompson with 2 errors, but not a factor here. As that'll go high, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Zach Ward. The 3-2 pitch coming up. Ward working himself back into this count. And the pitch swung on, fouled off your right side of the field. No plan it there by Schumacher, just off the tip of the bat. Just battling him there with this out. And with 1 out is Zach Ward. Now the 3-2 pitch coming up once again. 92 pitches here for Larson. And the delivery, decided just a little bit too late. He was coming inside, kind of jammed him up, and That's the strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah, for Larson on the mound, that's a definition of a handcuff.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that swing is.
Yep, and now brings up number 9 hitter Grayson Lyons. Lyons struck out in the 3rd inning, pop out to third base in the 5th, and that'll go low for a strike across the knees. So strike 1 to Grayson Lyons. So there it is with the 0-1 pitch by Larson with 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Grayson Lyons. The 0-2 coming up. And Lyons took a big cut at it. So the 0-2 with 2 outs. And the pitch by Larson gets him old. Contact made, goes to Gemmel. He's been a hoover over there. Throws over to first. Oh, and it skips by. And Lyons going to turn on the Jets. Makes the corner over to second. Not able to make the throw. And a rare error. And not able to pick it over there was Schumacher. So we're going to give him the error there, I think, on Gemmel. And that'll advance Grayson Lyons over to second. So Lyons on second brings up Lincoln Adair. Adair with a base hit in the game. Had a ground out back in the 1st. Yes, here back to the top of the order for Lisbon. Runner on second with 2 outs. And the pitch outside for ball 1. So normally reliable over there, at least all game long so far, was Eli Gemmel. Makes an inadvertent throw. And the error, and Lyons able to get back around to second. The pitch to Adair outside for 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, Lisbon just trying to at least get the tying run to the plate, which means bare minimum, you got to get the bases loaded and get to that number 3 batter in the lineup here, Brent.
So with 98 pitches now for Larson. And the pitch outside, ball 3, 3 balls with no strikes, 3-0 count. Patience at the plate for Lincoln Adair. Here comes the 3-0. Taken all the way here is Adair. Choked up on the bat, and that'll do it as he draws the walk. So Adair with the walk brings up Jake Lyons. Lyons striking out twice and ground out in the 3rd and 5th innings striking out the 1st inning was Jake Lyons, and then 2 ground outs in the 3rd and the 5th. And now we have a mound visit here. So a mound visit coming up with the the Riverside Building Center mound visit. The premier dealer of all your building supply needs, from the basics to home improvement and complete pre-built homes, is Riverside Building Center. Stop by in Lisbon or go online to rbclisbon.com. That's rbclisbon.com. So just a quick chat out there with Cooper Larson by the Thompson coach, as little words of encouragement. Say, hey, buddy, you got this one. Gives him a slap on the shoulder. Just need one more out here. Settle in. Now with 100 pitches. As runners on first and second, Adair gets on with the walk. And that ball popped up over to right field and drifting under it, making the catch, recording the 3rd out there. As that is R.J. Anderson, and that'll do it for the game. And it is Thompson up on the DHB scoreboard. They defeat Lisbon by a score of 4-0. They played 4 runs in this with 10 hits, had 3 errors in the game. Cooper Larson going the complete game, giving up 4 hits, no runs. And then for Lisbon with Lincoln Adair also pitching the whole game with 86 pitches there for Adair, but he will take the loss. As we're going to go ahead and we'll take a break. We'll come back and give out our Ember Gentry Player of the Game, HDC Connection of the Game, and Agassi Egg Precision Play of the Game. So all that stuff just coming up here, and we'll go ahead and take a break, come back for more on your live event.
Hit your finances right out of the park with Olson Accounting in Lisbon. Whether you're a farmer, small business owner, or individual taxpayer, Olson Accounting delivers professional financial services you can count on. Olson Accounting wishes the best to all teams in the State B Legion Tournament. Don't strike out with your finances. Step up to the plate with Olson Accounting, located at 210 Main Street in Lisbon, or call 701-683-2700.
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box. We're sending a real person, someone that knows your name and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest, we're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
All right, welcome back here at liveevent.com. This game concluding here at LFD Field, Sandaga Park in Lisbon, North Dakota, as it is Thompson over Lisbon by a final score of 4-0. Thompson in the game, plating those 4 runs off of 10 hits, and Lisbon with 4 hits in the game, no runs. Thompson committing 3 errors. Lisbon won, but those errors by Thompson just not a factor in this game, as Lisbon really just had one opportunity, had bases loaded. And then coming back here in the bottom half, or in the top half of the 7th inning, able to get a runner in scoring position, but not able to do anything with that. And Thompson will go on to win this one by a score of 10-0. We have our Halstead Telephone Communications HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust at Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. And going with your HTC connection of the game, that's going to go to Eli Schumacher. Schumacher back in the 6th inning, making an outstanding over-the-shoulder catch there as Eli Lyons popped one up down the right side of the field, down the first base line, and Schumacher beating feet, turning the hips, and makes the nice over-the-shoulder catch there, as he is your HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust at halsteadtel.com. So that is your HTC connection of the game. And then now your Agassi Egg Precision Play of the game. Your local precision planning dealer, Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. This is your Agassi Egg Precision Play of the game. And that's going out there in the 6th inning to Eli Gemmel. Gemmel just a hoover over there at third base as he goes ahead and polices up the ground ball hit by Jordan Bittner. And he turns the double play, the 5-4-3 double play, as that'll retire Jordan Bittner and Cam Cordero. So Cordero's heading to second and Bittner to first. So that's Eli Gemmel there with that Agassi Egg Precision Play of the game with the 5-4-3 double play there for Thompson. Yeah, so we're still waiting for Enbridge Energy Player of the game. That'll be Cooper Larson. So the interview here with Cooper Larson with our Dakota Heritage Bank post-game interview coming up here momentarily, as Cooper Larson will be our Enbridge Energy Player of the game here. Dakota Heritage Bank sponsoring these post-game interviews, sharing our heritage, sharing your future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. That's dhb.bank, as we will step away, and then we'll come back for more from LFD Field and Sandaga Park on yourliveevent.com.
Show your Bronco pride everywhere you go with the Bronco Spirit Card from American Bank and Trust in Lisbon, featuring the official Lisbon Bronco mascot logo. The Bronco Spirit Card lets you support Lisbon Public Schools every time you make a purchase. With each swipe of your Bronco Spirit Card, American Bank and Trust donates a percentage back to the school district to help fund projects of their choice. Stop by American Bank and Trust in Lisbon today and ask about the Bronco Spirit Card. Locally owned, community focused, Bronco proud, member FDIC.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hey, welcome back to yourliveevent.com as we're back here waiting for Enbridge Energy Player of the Game to come up here. We'll go ahead and give you that Hunter Insurance bracket breakdown here with that Hunter Insurance bracket breakdown. Hunter Insurance Agency is dedicated to providing you the best support to your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com. That's hunterinsuranceagency.com. As with this bracket breakdown, we started action today on day 3. The first game, it was Thompson over Burlington by a score of 7-2. Then it was Lisbon downing Edgeley by a score of 3-2. Semifinal game, Grafton defeats Garrison by a score of 13-3 in 6 innings. So they, with the 10-run rule, Grafton defeats Garrison. Into the first championship game is Grafton, and then Garrison now will now play Thompson tomorrow in that consolation bracket. The winner of that will go on to the championship game. So another semifinal coming up there between Garrison and Thompson. That game expected to start at 1:30 p.m. and then following that will be the first championship game between the winner of Garrison and Thompson. So that is your Hunter Insurance bracket breakdown. As game time this evening, let's see, first pitch was at 6:43. So that one going pretty quick there, as right around an hour and 40 minutes for that game, as this game hummed along pretty good with a game time of 1 hour and 40 minutes there. As we're going to go ahead, we'll take a quick break as we're getting set up here for Enbridge Energy Play of the Game. So we'll step away, come back for more on yourliveevent.com.
Say goodbye to discomfort and say hello to reaching your full potential. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness, our diverse team of experts has your back in any phase of life. From the warm, friendly greeting to connecting with your therapist, Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness is the backbone of your health. High-quality care with a personal touch. Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness.
Hey, welcome back to yourliveevent.com as we're back here at LFD Field, Sandiger Park in Lisbon, North Dakota, as we have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game with Life Takes Energy from Enbridge, Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for your career opportunities. Bringing the energy to this game was Cooper Larson. So Cooper, out on the mound, you pitch a complete game, 101 pitches in the game. You had 4 strikeouts, giving up no runs to Lisbon on 4 hits. So as their Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, you guys saw Lisbon. You know, Lisbon coming into this game, the host team, you know, they had the hometown crowd behind them. You guys yesterday suffering your first defeat of the tournament. You came back today and really, you know, short things up there as you guys very resilient coming back with that win this morning and then taking care of Lisbon. So kind of looking at, you know, your overall performance, not only today during this game, but the first game of the day, you know, what was kind of the game plan or what was the message that the coach had for you coming into today?
Just that we should be focused on doing one game at a time, doing what we can do. Line drives, because it was really windy out today. The more we put the ball in the air, the more that they would catch it probably. So just line drives.
Yeah, you know, we saw that a number of times. Lisbon batters or Lisbon hitters up there, you know, they were barreling up the ball, but everything going out there to center field. And, you know, we said pretty much anything that went to center field just went out there to die. So, yeah, exactly right on that. Good game strategy. As you also had a great defense behind you. A couple of those guys back in the 6th inning. You had Gemmel over at third base. You had Schumacher at shortstop. And then you had Tom Schumacher at shortstop. Eli Schumacher over there at first base making some nice glove work there. Turning a double play for you in the 6th inning. And then also that over-the-shoulder catch over there by Eli Schumacher. So what is it like there having a bunch of those guys behind you, knowing that you can rely on them, just settle into your game, play your game, and throw strikes?
It's really good. I'm glad that we have that defense behind me. And it was nice to have that double play right after the kind of weaker hit that I didn't want to give up there.
Right.
And then it was just really good to have that behind me so I didn't have to strike out everybody or do everything myself.
Yeah, and then just looking at the scorecard here, you know, not only did you do it on the mound, but you also had a couple base hits. You came around to score a run. So, you know, just a complete performance out there, you know, so just kind of offensively coming into this game, you know, you guys maybe not just putting on a whole, you know, a ton of runs, but, you know, today you guys doing what needs to be done. You score 4 runs today. You yourself had 2 hits and a run. So, you know, just kind of looking at that performance, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, how'd you guys do?
Well, we just kept chipping away, even though maybe every inning didn't go so well. That we kept going at it, kept keeping the energy up. So we just kept getting a couple runs when we needed them.
Yeah, and just a great game today, great overall game. You guys are coming back from tomorrow. Where you're going to play Garrison there, and I guess we'll call that another, in the consolation side, kind of another semifinal game against Garrison. So looking ahead against Garrison, what do you kind of see out of that? You guys played them, I think, earlier. So yeah, you guys played them second round. So that matchup there, Garrison defeated you 5-1, and they hit the ball hard there in that game. So just looking ahead to Garrison, what do you think you're going to see out of them tomorrow in that game?
I think they're going to be good. They're talented. They're big team, and I think they might be less deep on pitching than us. So we're just going to have to take line drives and get them down, because we saw today that they made a bunch of errors when they didn't go their way. So we just got to get them down.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Enbridge Energy Player of the Day, or Player of the Game here is Cooper Larson. So Cooper, good job today. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and step. We'll come back for more on yourliveevent.com.
We have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here at yourliveevent.com. Found the red camera, as that final score tonight is Thompson 4, Lisbon 0. Thompson moves on in this tournament. They're going to face Garrison tomorrow. These two have met up in this tournament already, with Garrison defeating Thompson in the second round by a score of 5-1. So Thompson, I'm sure, looking forward to this matchup, rematch here now with Garrison. As action tomorrow, game time, first pitch tomorrow, right around 1:30 p.m. And I'd expect our coverage to begin for tomorrow on day 4 already. So that coverage will begin at approximately 1:10 p.m. if the first pitch scheduled at 1:30 p.m. And then immediately following that game between Garrison and Thompson will be the first championship game right around a half hour after that. So I'd expect that at about 4 o'clock tomorrow. So about 4 p.m. to expect that championship game. Grafton already making their way into the championship, and they'll face the winner between Garrison and Thompson. So that's what we have to look forward to here at the 2026 North Dakota State Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. On behalf of myself, Brent Dick, and Chase Miller, thank you for taking the time and joining us throughout this tournament and throughout the game. As we'll go ahead and we'll see you tomorrow for day 4 at the 2026 North Dakota State Class B American Legion Tournament.